Velaspad seems to have an endless streams of IDO coming out, and a 100x with them seems to be almost guaranteed. Now the next one is due on November 16th. What's up, my name is Caroline and this is Sweat in Progress, where you'll learn how to make passive income with cryptocurrencies. In this video I'll show you how you can participate on the Velhalla IDO. This is another Bluezilla backed IDO that is coming up on November 16th on two of their launch pads, and if we look at all of their past IDOs that have been backed by Bluezilla, they've done all more than a 100x. Now of course none of this is financial advice and you should only invest money that you can afford to lose. Even if we've seen very good performances of past IDOs, this is still risky and there's never a 100% guarantee. I've actually shared all of those past IDOs much earlier in the DeFi Academy, and if you have early information about those IDOs, that allows you to buy the base token that you will need to lock up at a better price. Not only that, we share gems, high yield opportunities, airdrop opportunities, and much more in the DeFi Academy on a regular basis. Now, it will only be open for another about 2 weeks before we close it for new members. So if you'd like to get one of those last few spots during those next 2 weeks, then go down in the description and subscribe to my newsletter to get all the information about how you can join us today. All right, let's dive in. All right, let's take a quick look at their Twitter profile. So this is the project Valhalla, and you see this is the Velas metaverse. So this is the first metaverse project for the Velas chain. Now, if you don't know anything about the Velas chain, I've done a video about that, linked on top of my head. Now, this could be the next, Velas could be the next Solana. It's a Solana fork, actually. And as you know, metaverses are pretty big. So this being the first metaverse for Velas could have some very big potential. Now, at the moment, there's not a ton of information on their Twitter page. All you see is that they've had a couple of similar posts where you see that the IDO will be on November 16th. We don't have any other information at the moment, but this might come out very shortly before the IDO opens. So definitely keep an eye on their Twitter to see if there's anything special or if they announce the IDO time. Now, in the meantime, I'll show you how to participate on Velaspad and on Gamezone. So they will launch on those two pads. Velaspad is the IDO pad, the main IDO pad for Velas chain, and Gamezone is a gaming IDO pad. Now, both of them work really similarly, so I'll show you on Velaspad, and then Gamezone will be pretty much a copy-paste kind of thing. So this is the Velaspad homepage. Now, first of all, you need to get some Velaspad because you need to, so the token, Velaspad is the token name. So you need to get those tokens, and then you need to stake them for a certain amount of time, and that will allow you to participate in the IDO. But not just any amount, you actually need to decide on a tier. So I'll first show you that. What you need to do is you need to scroll down on their website. So you need to scroll down all the way, and then you see these are the tiers. So they have 3 tiers. They all have a guaranteed allocation. That means that if you hold any of those amount of tokens and stake them before the IDO, then you will be guaranteed to be able to participate in the IDO. So that's pretty nice. However, the minimum requirement are 20,000 tokens. And if we quickly take a look at the Velas Pad token price right now, that's sitting at 114, so that is currently probably around $25,000, something around those lines. So this is the minimum amount that you need to hold and stake in order to be allowed to participate in the IDO. So that's important to note. It's similar in Gamezone. So this is Gamezone. As you can see, it looks pretty similar. You also have to scroll down all the way. Now for Gamezone, they have a bit of a different tier system. So they have one lottery tier, and that is when you stake 1,000 Gamezone. I think it's sitting at around 90 cents, so that's about $900. So with that, you can already get started. However, that is lottery. You can see access to IDOs by lottery. So these are initial game offerings, which is pretty much the same as IDOs, just for games. So that is not a guaranteed allocation, but you can have a lottery ticket that will allow you to be put in a pool, and then maybe you're lucky and you get drawn and you can actually participate. But that's not guaranteed. What is guaranteed is the second tier, the veteran tier, and then again you have to stake 20,000 Gamezone tokens. So let's quickly look at how much that would cost you. So that would be quite a bit less at 93 cents. So that would be something around $19,000. So if you have to decide between the two, that might be your better shot. Okay, so back to Velaspad, I'll show you here. Now, you need to get those 20,000 tokens at least in order to be eligible. So if you scroll back up, you can see that you can buy it on PancakeSwap or on Uniswap. I recommend PancakeSwap because it's much cheaper and faster. So you can simply click on that, and now you see that automatically takes Velaspad in here. And then you simply need to swap from any token that you have in here, BNB or whatever else you have, and then swap it to Velaspad. Now, PancakeSwap works with MetaMask wallet. If you've never used that before, I've got a tutorial about that linked on top of my head, but I'm guessing that you've already installed that because this is a base criteria to use any of those DEXs or IDO platforms. Now, let's say I want to swap 0.1 BNB. So let's say I'll swap 0.1 BNB for 59 Velaspad. Then Velaspad, then you can click on swap and confirm swap, then confirm it in your MetaMask. You can also add those tokens to MetaMask to make it more visible. Then you can close that. Okay, so that has been swapped. I've now got 59 Velaspad. Now that's obviously not enough to participate in the IDO, but that's just for demonstration purposes. Okay, now once you've got those Velaspad, you can go back to their homepage and then click on Open App. That will get you to the IDO platform app. Now, we've talked about MetaMask earlier, and you connected MetaMask to your PancakeSwap, to buy the Velaspad on there. Now that's Binance Smart Chain, and Velaspad is actually on the Velas chain. So what you need to do is you need to add the Velas chain to MetaMask as well. I've got a tutorial about that, which is also linked to the top of my head, so I'm not going to show you in here. But what you need to do is you need to click on, once you've installed that, you need to click on Connect Wallet, then connect to your MetaMask. So that is now connected to my MetaMask, which is set up for the Velas chain. So as you can see, I've now got 0 Velaspad in here, and that is because they're currently stored on the Binance Smart Chain. Now I need to bridge them over from Binance Smart Chain to Velas Chain in order to stake them in here. So you can click on Bridge here, and then that is automatically set up for bridging from Binance Smart Chain to Velas. Now, I first need to connect my wallet again. Now, that doesn't work right now because I first need to change in here from my Velas network to my Binance Smart Chain network. All right, now connect wallet again. All right, now you can see I'm on the Binance Smart Chain. That has worked. So in case that is not set up like this, you could choose the asset here. The Velaspad is fine. That's fine. Then it needs to go from BSC chain to Velas network, so that's fine as well. And then I can choose, so I just see it has bought it twice accidentally. Anyway, so you can choose how much you want to bridge over. So let's just say I'll bridge over 10 Velaspad to the Velas network. So once that's all good, the destination is your MetaMask address. Again, that stays the same. And then once that's all good, you can click on swap. And then confirm that, prove, and then confirm that in your MetaMask. Okay, and now you can submit that, and then again confirm it in your MetaMask. All right, now that can take several minutes. So in the meantime, let me show you how it works on Gamezone. It's pretty similar, but it's actually even a bit easier. So let me show you that. So again, same process, we're in Gamezone. Now the cool thing is that Gamezone is still running on BSC, on Binance Smart Chain, so you don't even need to do the bridging stuff. So it would be exactly the same. You need to click on Buy on PancakeSwap. Now here you need to be a bit patient. Soon there will be a pop-up showing up, so you need to wait for that. That's it, exactly. And that is to import the Gamezone token. So you need to click on I understand and then import that. And now it shows up here. So you could do the exact same thing, just convert from another coin and then to Gamezone. Then you go back to Gamezone, to the Gamezone website, and then click on Open App. And now on the top right, again, click on Connect Wallet. Click Connect to MetaMask. And now you see I'm still connected with my Smart Chain, Binance Smart Chain wallet. So that has worked just fine. And you also see there's no bridging opportunity. So that's actually, so Gamezone is currently the cheaper and the easier solution if you need to choose between Velaspad and Gamezone. Now, while this is still bridging, I'll continue on Gamezone. So if we're in their app, if we scroll down, you see that projects coming soon, you see Valhalla is here. Now, in order to be eligible to participate in that IDO, you need to stake your tier. So you've bought your 1,000 Gamezone or 20,000 Gamezone for the guaranteed allocation, and now you need to stake that. So what you need to do is you need to click on staking, and then you see down here, it basically tells you everything that you need to do. So you need to be connected to your MetaMask. So that is done, you see on top here. Then you need to have Gamezone tokens available. I don't have that right now, but you would have that by now, so that would show up in here, your current balance. Then you need to have BNB available to pay the fees, and you also shouldn't have unstaked or withdrawn just earlier, otherwise it won't work. So once you're all set with that, you need to click that checkbox and click on next, and then basically just click through all the steps. So this needs to be done at least 3 hours before the IDO. However, I recommend doing it even earlier so you have enough time to perform the KYC requirements in case you haven't done that yet. Now, another important information is if you click on unstake and withdraw. Now, there are different rules for different IDO launch pads, but for this one, you can actually withdraw immediately after the IDO has concluded. However, there are some pretty steep fees included. So you actually need to stake it for 8 weeks or more to not pay any fees at all. And otherwise, if you unstake immediately or within 2 weeks after you started staking, there will be a 25% fee, which is pretty steep. So this is just important to note. It is the exact same on Velaspad. So for both of those tokens, you need to be aware that you need to have it locked up for quite a long time, or otherwise pay those pretty high fees. All right, so now about 5 minutes later, that swap on Velaspad, that bridging process has finally ended. So that has been submitted, so you can click on done. And now you can close that window and you can go back to the Velaspad app. So I'll just quickly refresh that. And then you need to connect to your Velas chain again in MetaMask. And then it automatically connects me. And now you see I have 10 Velas Pad in here because the bridging process has bridged them over from Binance Smart Chain to Velas chain. All right, now we're ready for staking. It will be the exact same process as for Gamezone, but I'll quickly walk you through that anyway. So you can see you have all those requirements in here, only that it is now on Velas chain and not on Binance Smart Chain. So let me just show you how that looks like. Again, click that checkbox and then click on next. And then I choose to stake the max amount. That won't be enough to participate in the IDO, but nevertheless I'll do it. Then click on next. Okay, so you actually need to confirm it twice. So now the first step is done and you need to click on next again. And then again, confirm it in your MetaMask. And that's it. Now I've staked my Velas Pad token, so you can click on done. And now you see I've staked those 10 tokens. Now again, if we click on unstake, you'll see the same scenario. So you also have those fees, just keep that in mind. Now the next step would be to perform the KYC process. So that's basically an ID verification process. And what will happen is that you'll have a button somewhere on the top where it says KYC, and it will probably be red, and then you need to click there and walk through all of those steps. Now it doesn't show up for me because I haven't staked enough of those tokens. So there's a minimum requirement, and unless you have the tier requirements staked in there, it won't show up and you won't be able to go through that process. Then once you've performed the KYC process and that has been approved, you'll receive an email. Once it has been approved, you'll see that the button will be green. In case that is the same as on the other pads, I assume that is the same. Then once that button is green, you're fine to go, you're good to go, and you can start participating in the IDO. Now what will happen is you need to scroll down to the projects, and then on November 16th, that will show up on projects open now. Again, keep an eye on their Twitter and on their Telegram to see at what time this will go live, and they might also publish an article that walks you through everything again, including the KYC process. At the time of filming this, there hasn't been an article like that, but they usually do that, or they have done it for previous IDOs. Then once that's open, you can simply click on that. If you click on that right now, there's nothing showing up, but let me quickly show you on a closed one what it looks like. So if you open that, so you see all the information here. So you see that you need to participate with BUSD. So what you can do is you can buy BUSD on PancakeSwap and then again bridge it over. So it will then show your balance in here, and then it will show you how much you can actually allocate to that IDO. Now it usually isn't a whole lot, so it will probably be less than $100, less than 100. less than 100 BUSD. So you can see how much you can allocate here. Then you first need to click on approve and then join pool, and then you'll have participated in the IDO. And then once this has closed, the IDO has closed, and it will launch on an exchange. It will probably launch on PancakeSwap and on WagyuSwap. WagyuSwap is Velas Chain's first DEX, so it will probably launch on those two. Then you can sell them on there. So you either go to WagyuSwap and it will immediately be there, those tokens that you've bought, those Valhalla tokens, or you can again bridge it back to Binance Smart Chain to then sell it on PancakeSwap. Now again, if you'd like the simpler process without all the bridging, then better do it on Gamezone. So again, if we're in their app, it looks exactly the same. The project will then show up in here. And if we look up some of their past ones to see what it looks like, then you see my BUSD balance. So again, you have to participate with BUSD, but this time it's on Binance Smart Chain, so you don't need to do any bridging. And then again, first click on approve and then click on join pool once this has opened. Another thing to note is that not all of the IDO tokens will be available immediately after the IDO has concluded. So if you scroll down here, if you scroll all the way down, you see under your allocation, you see how much will be available at the DEX listing. Now that's another project that's just for demonstration purposes. So it will be 5 to 10% that will be immediately available for you to sell in case you want to do that. And then you can click on claim tokens, and then you'll have them in your MetaMask wallet. And then for Gamezone, it's super easy. You can simply sell it on PancakeSwap, and then the rest will periodically be available to you to sell. So again, you will be able to claim the tokens whenever a new batch will be available. So yeah, this is it from start to finish, how to participate in the Valhalla IDO. Now again, if you want the simple version, then I recommend using Gamezone because you don't need to do any of the bridging. Everything happens on the Binance Smart Chain. However, if you prefer using Velas Pad because you're anticipating that there are other cool projects coming on Velas Chain, then you can use that, and then you simply need to do those extra steps. Now, it's not super complicated, but it's just you need to have that awareness and that understanding that it happens on two different chains, and you need to bridge between those two chains. Again, don't forget to subscribe to my newsletter to get all the information about how you can join us in the DeFi Academy. It will only be open for another 2 weeks, so make use of that chance and join us now. If you like this video, hit the like button down below, share it with your friends, and be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!